we got my man, Mr. Noah Water, on tonight. He's gonna tell us about how he pivoted adversity and create new opportunities with having one of the best tight I believe around. You know what I'm saying? And we have my girl Brittany on tonight, and you know who I am, so I gotta say that. But we got a good new one for us tonight. But I'll first do my man Noah, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I appreciate y'all having me on. It's been a long time coming.
Hey, listen. What am I saying? When we schedule yours?
I think it was like December of last year,
Lord.
22.
And by the way, if anybody's trying to think we trying to be spiteful or nothing like that, we're not being spiteful. Just know, you know what I'm saying? We just lawless people and whatnot. But we appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no, of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
So let's start from the beginning, bro. Let's start from the beginning because I love your story. Really, I do, man.
Yeah.
And, like, I got a chance to hear some of your stories when we went to Women in Real Estate, but I want, you know what I'm saying, I want our viewers to know you a little bit about who you are and where you had to go through, bro.
Yeah, so I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I came up here to be a news reporter in Youngstown, Ohio. That was like in 2018. So I was a news reporter. I was getting to it, and like I was just getting into what I call like my Kobe moment, right?
Okay.
And I say that because I was really getting into my grind. I was really getting into like I was telling stories that were like amazing.
Yeah.
And then what happened? I got wrongfully fired, right, from the job. Basically, the long story short, what I really got fired for was because the news director, the news manager of the whole news station, he was. I told HR what he said to me, which was very inappropriate, saying I'm a horrible reporter, I suck, you know, all these things, everything, right? And I showed him the text messages, and then HR basically told him. And so then they found any way to, like, you know, push me out. So
that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, it was God. It was God at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I thank him for it because what happened was after I got wrongfully fired, they then tried to block my unemployment too.
Oh, wow.
So and it was my girlfriend at the time. Now she's my wife, but we just got a new house and everything, or a house to rent. So we just moving in together. Yeah. She's working 2 jobs to keep everything afloat. Yeah. I'm fighting to get, you know, unemployment and fighting against the case for wrongful
termination.
Yeah, wrongful termination. Yeah. Thank you. And so that was all that was going on, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. Right? So what I did, again, the connections that I had from the news station, they allowed me to talk to the school district. So after that, they said, you know, hey, no, we're opening up this program. You know, you come in as a teacher to teach journalism. So I was like, all right, cool. So that was my job, and I got that. Yeah. But
you went to school for journalism.
Yeah, I went to school for journalism. Yep. So I graduated in North Carolina A&T, communications. Okay. I was actually top 10 in the nation of journalists.
Oh, that's what's up.
Coming out of college. So it was an amazing experience. But through that, like I said, like I went through self-doubt because I was going to different. Be honest with you, I was driving up here to Cleveland trying to get different jobs. I was like, all right, I got $20 in my account. Yeah. We're just gonna throw it in this gas tank and pray to God. You know what I mean? Wow. So that really humbled me. Yeah. In a sense, because it's like, all right, whatever you got to do, you got to make it happen. Yeah. So ended up, you know, getting that job down in Youngstown City School District. It was a great school district for me and my experience. They helped me out a lot. But what it was, as I was calling lawyers, I ended up calling a brokerage by accident. So I was telling them this whole story. They're like, I'm sorry, no, but we're a brokerage. Yeah. And I was like, dang, okay. But then she was like, but I remember you from the news, so if you want to, you know, come over and try out to be an agent, you can do it. So I was like, all right, cool. So I looked at the numbers, and it was like $3,000 or $4,000 to become an agent. So I just got fired. I don't have $3,000 to $4,000. At the time, my credit wasn't good, so I was like, all right, well, I don't know what to do. So I was looking up on YouTube, just looking at stuff from real estate, and I found wholesaling. So that's where I like started, and I was like, oh, okay, I can just wholesale some houses. And it really got to the point I was doing it while I was at my 9 to 5. Yeah. So when I was at my 9 to 5, literally the kids, I get a phone call and they're like, "Oh, you got to talk to a seller." I'm like, "Yeah, y'all stay here, do your work."
They knew what time it was.
Yeah. Went into the other room. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And then whenever a principal would come in, they don't know this, but whenever a principal would come in, they would be like, "Yo, Mr. DW, they coming." I was like, "Hey, Mr. Seller, can I call you right back?" "Yeah, sure." Go right back and act like I'm teaching. Yeah. So like, so they were cool. They were cool.
Yeah.
And I told them as well, like, hey, you could, because I was doing vending machines, I was doing a lot of stuff, rental cars. So I told them, like, hey, you could do this too. So not only was I teaching them,
you showed them what was possible. That's
not only teaching them journalism, but like showing them entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's dope.
Even within journalism. So so we were doing that, and it was one day. It was actually May. I forgot what day, but it was May 2021. It was like a couple days before I got married. We ended up moving to Akron, and during that time too, my fiance then, she was holding me down throughout the whole time of us, me trying to figure out, find a job, all that good stuff. So partially why I married her.
I'm about to say, come on, let's give her a button one more time. That's what's up.
So she was holding me down big time.
Yeah.
So and I'll never forget that. So now she's a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
So she ain't got to do nothing. But so it was right before our wedding, and we moved to Akron. I was about to go to the job in Youngstown, and I think it was like 2 days before our wedding. It was like 7 or 8 in the morning, and I said, why am I going here? Why am I going this job? Because I started wholesaling, started getting a lot of traction. I had VAs. I had like a whole business.
Right.
I had scalability, predictability. We were getting at least about 30 to 40,000 a month in wholesaling.
Oh, okay.
So in my teacher salary, I think it was like 45 a year or 46 a year. So I was like, why am I here?
Right.
So I prayed to God about it, and God was like, cut the rope, stop playing with me.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, God, I heard you,
Right.
but I don't think you're hearing me.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let me go ask my wife just to see, because she's always a person like, if there's any doubt or anything or any like it's uncertain, she's like, nah, let's just do the certain route, right? So I went in there. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. She's still asleep. I was like, hey, I'm thinking about leaving my job. Like, what do you think? She woke up out of her sleep. She said, yeah, do it. I said, what?
Just like that.
Yeah, I was like, what? She said, yeah, just go ahead and do it. I said, okay. I was like, God, I know that was you. Now. So I ended up going and finishing out that year, because it was only like a month or so left.
Yeah.
So I finished out that year, but I told her, I was like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm quitting the job.
Yeah.
Quitting the 9 to 5, and then from there, it's just been a roller coaster ever since. From there.
So time out, bro, because like I want to get in between your story, because I've seen you be with some big names in the wholesaling game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had some great mentors and whatnot. What was that like when you were learning how to wholesale, bro? And then for everybody who don't know, explain to them what wholesaling is.
Yes, so wholesaling basically is, so you have a property, right? You have a seller. So let's say it's A, right? And then I'm the middleman, which is a wholesaler, B, and I'm connecting the seller to C, which is the buyer, right? So say somebody wants to sell their house for $50,000. I'm gonna say, okay, I can, get you that $50,000. What I'm then gonna do, I'm gonna tell the buyer, hey, have this house on the contract. You can buy it for $60,000, and I take, what's in the middle. The seller gets the 50, I get 10, the buyer gets the house, right? So that's pretty much
win-win for everybody.
Yeah. So it's a win-win for everybody as long as you do it ethically.
There we go.
Ethically. So that's wholesaling in a sense.
No, I'm about to say, like I said, bro, I seen your IG, bro. You were hit some big names, you know what I'm saying? What was it like connecting with those people and learning more about wholesaling? 'Cause I'm pretty sure like anyone else, everyone likes to portray like they were just good off top. But what was that experience like for you? All those no's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so number one, a lot of my mentors, they helped me and groom me and like propel me to be take wholesaling as a business, not as a hobby.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
it's
I
easy.
had that one time. Sorry.
So like having all those VAs, having all the acquisition managers, looking at KPIs and those things like that.
I'm sorry, because Marquita watching this right now. Bro. You explain what VAs and KPIs is because you don't know what those are. You know what I'm saying?
Virtual assistants. So basically, like they're cold callers. They call all the time. Even like right now, they're calling. Right? And then KPIs, key performance indicators. Without KPIs, you don't have a business. So you can't be predictable and you can't scale. Right? So they help me with getting those things in place, and I spent $35,000 on a mentorship, just so I could get those things and be in those rooms and do those things, right, and learn more.
So talking about kind of that one time, 'cause I don't think they heard you. You spent $35,000. You spent a college education on mentorship.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you, what was the return on investment on that investment mentorship?
I mean, even just off that, let's just say one deal. So one deal, I ended up getting 15 rental properties worth $1.1 million. So
I quit. I'm no longer real estate. I'm done. I quit. I'm a wholesaler. I'm out. Lord Jesus. Woo!
Man. Yeah, no, it was a blessing. It was a blessing.
Wait. So, we'll talk afterwards. I quit, y'all. Oh my goodness. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
But in going back to what you were saying, like I was not like just gifted at it at all, right? I wasn't I didn't just get the gift of knowing how to talk to a seller and all the sales, because I never did sales. All I did was communication.
Right.
But what helped me, and that's why I always say God leads you to where you need to be, is because that communication degree, knowing how to talk to people. Like I had to talk to a mom where she lost 5 children in a fire.
Oh, wow.
Right? So, and I was the first person to ever talk to her about it. So having that empathy, right? I can take that same empathy, that tactical empathy, and asking those questions over to a seller who's about to lose their house that they've been living in for years, and it's a family house, and they really want to keep it, but they can't. Like I can now take that same empathy and put it over here. So that's why it really helped me being a news reporter. But in this space, it's different because of sales. Yeah. So I had to literally read a lot. I had to study a lot. I had to watch videos. Like I'd be up 6 in the morning, 6 in the morning, just studying, learning how to do sales. Yeah. And then even promising to my, she's my girlfriend at the time. I said, hey, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I got you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
I don't know why Trey Songz playing in my head, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna make it. No, but that's dope, bro, because I don't think enough people, one, emphasize the importance of mentorship, and then 2, getting better at your craft. And I love how you said, because I feel like when it comes to wholesaling, sales, but once again, I feel like if you're a solution-based business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like you're finding a solution to what someone's problem may be, whether it not be independent mortgage, or they acquired they inherited a property, they live in a whole other state. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's and like everyone talking, real estate agents and wholesalers, they always talk bad, but I don't know why. I rock with them. You know what I'm saying? Because I rock with them. Like shout out to y'all, because y'all are that in between space that we can't function in. You know what I'm saying? Like so I want to give y'all props where props are deserved, my friend.
I appreciate it.
And I love how you said you scaled your business, because you went from learning about it to eventually making it to a business. I love how you said it was no longer a hobby, it became a business. So that's dope, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why those KPIs, you need those key performance indicators. Like you need those to scale, because you can't have predictability. Like I can't have a family off of I might get paid this month, I might not. You know what I'm saying? Or this is how it may be this, it may be that, and it does happen. But at least you can predict it and be more predictable. Right, so if it might be a down month, like December. A lot of people aren't buying houses. Right. But still, you can at least know, hey, last December we did 30,000-40,000 that month. Yeah. We're probably going to do another 40,000 in this December, and if we don't, then we do it. We take a half, and we're doing 10,000-20,000 this month. So at least like kind of where you're at.
Right. Exactly.
So it helps out.
And I love how you said, because I think using KPIs are not just a wholesaler or a real estate thing. That's for all businesses. You should know what your key performance indicators are, because once again, like you said, it makes it so you can scale your business to to get to higher lengths and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
I sure
appreciate you with that tip right there alone.
For sure.
Okay, so you obviously are growing your business. You didn't created your family and whatnot. So let's talk about your newest venture and whatnot, because I want to know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure this thing is going. Because like, what made you transition from not just having the wholesaling business, but then also be in the title agency?
To be completely honest with you, you can't be a billionaire with one business.
Okay.
No, thank you.
You can't.
That's so true.
So I mean, even when I started out wholesaling, I still had vending machine business. I still had my Toro business that was going. I still had I did videography and photography like here and there, but it wasn't as prominent. So I still had that going as well while I was still wholesaling, while I was still being a teacher, right? So like all those things are going on. I saw some vending machine businesses, they were selling it for like, you know, 1 million, 1.7 million, things like that.
That's a Rouse included and everything. That's machines and everything.
Yeah, so I was like,
I'm slipping.
Let me go ahead and build mine up and then, you know, sell it if I want to or keep it. But the newest venture right now, Ohio Fast Title. So that's the newest venture. We are the only 100% Black-owned title company in the state of Ohio.
Come on now.
In the state of Ohio. And we just started. The reason I even started is because a lot of title companies, I was helping them close my deals.
Whoa.
So, before I was a title agent.
Right.
So I was telling them, hey, you know, with these taxes, you can hold them. You know, I can give you interest, boom, and then we can still get this deal closed, but you just don't have to hold it. And they're like, oh yeah, we can do that. So it'd be big name title companies that they didn't even know these things. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm not even a title agent.
Right.
You know, they've been doing it for 30, 40 years. Then on top of that, I didn't know any title companies that they had rental properties as well, or they were like actually doing real estate other than, you know, just doing title.
Wow.
So with me, I was like, all right, well, I'm already telling them how to do it. I'm already showing them how to structure it. I might as well just
do it myself.
I might as well do it myself. So that's why we started it. And then on top of that, like a lot of title companies, they were like, oh, well, you know, it's going to take 30, 45 days to get something done. And I'm like, because I was researching, I was like, the title comes back in 2 days. Why is it taking 30 days to, what's really going on here? So that was another thing. I just wanted to be fast, efficient, get things in, get things out. Right? So like, for example, one of my boys, Chris, he hit me up. He was like, yo, Noah, I got this deal. We got to close in 7 days. And it's all cash. I said, bet. We're going to close in 6. I got you. So we ended up closing that one in 6 days. And really, it was only because we had to send a notary out in California, and they had to come back. The documents had to come back.
Yeah.
So that took up an extra day.
Yeah.
So other than that, we got it done easy. But that's because, again, I know what he needs. I know how it is with investors. I know how it is. I know the game. So instead of me, you know, not just knowing title, I also know title and I also know the investing side.
Yeah.
So that's why I started it, and it's been great. It's been great.
So let me do it one time. So I just want everyone to know that you seen the need, you seen the void, and you was like, I'm going for it. And I think most great businesses are born out of a need or a void in the industry. People see and they're like, you know what, I can either do it better or do it more efficiently. And that's what you're doing with OFT. That's what's up, bro.
Yep.
And it's black owned. I can't. Like, I really understand. Like, when you talk about camera, but there's like 100 million real estate agents. No offense to real estate agents. I'm not knocking it. Like, I'm a real estate agent. But there's not too many people venturing other fields of real estate. Yeah. Not enough of us in other facets. And I think that's so dope for you to be in a field that, once again, when I deal with top agencies, unfortunately, they don't look like me. So I think it's needed to, once again, represent us, but two, once again, shows it's possible. And I think it's just a dope thing, man.
Yeah, and it's another. She's actually my attorney, but she wants to start her own real estate company. Not real estate company. I'm sorry, title company as well. And that's the thing that I said, and I'll always say to anybody that wants to start it, any business that I've done, I'm always like, all right, bet what you need, what's the help that you need in anything. Because it's enough. Number one, it's enough to go around. And a lot of title companies that I've talked to or tried to even learn some things from, they're very stingy with it, right? And they're just like, oh, well, nah, you know, I don't want you to do this, or, you know, I'm just going to only give you this much, and we're going to take, you know, 90% of everything.
Yeah.
And it's very, I guess, like a dog-eat-dog world in the title industry. But, I want to coming into the space and saying, hey, no, it's enough for everybody.
Right,
we can all, you know what I'm saying, do it, and do it at a high level together. I'll shout out Title Code Title Company, because they helped me out a lot as well.
That's what's up.
They helped me out a lot. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So
without giving out the whole game, what does someone need in order to start their own title agency? What is some little tidbits if someone wants to create their own title agency?
No, I give out the whole game. So this is
okay.
This all you need to do. You need to get your title agent's license, right? Title insurance license. You don't have to go to school for it. All you have to do is study this study guide. Just hit me up if you need the study guide, because nobody was giving it to me.
Yeah.
Nobody was giving it to me.
Wow. Talking about, bro, because I mean that's kind of crazy. That's crazy, because I mean, I think Neil Davis said it best. He said, "I don't mind giving out the game. It's because you know why I'm not giving it, because about only 10% of people actually execute on it. So I don't mind giving it away. You know what I'm saying? So he said he's never afraid to get away. It's just you execute on it. Most people don't execute on it. So I think that's
and that 10%, I want to collaborate with them.
Yeah.
I want to make something happen with them.
Be the Diddy of title agencies and whatnot. I'm be excited to title episode.
But yeah. So you just have to do that. So here's the thing: nobody gave it to me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm over here taking this test just based off of my knowledge. Can't study, and I would literally fail by 1 point every single time. So and they don't tell you like what you missed. They don't tell you what you got wrong, what you got right. They just boom. It's just it is what it is. So I took it about 8 times.
Yeah.
Paid $45 each and every year.
Cost every time.
$45 each and every time, over and over and over. So they got their money's worth out of me.
Yeah.
You know what? You know so wild though. You know what? Someone told me, because I sang my real estate test. You know what I'm saying? I took it a couple times. My broker told me off top, no client ever asks you how many times you took the test. They just want to know that you passed it.
That's true.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I want to get that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. No one asks that. How many times you take the test? It don't matter. I can do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying?
So I took that 8 times. But if anybody needs the study guide, let me know.
Absolutely.
I'll send it to you. Because that's what helped me. As soon as I got that study guide, I got a 90.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's
easy.
awesome. Now, where did you find the study guide at?
So I had
researching.
So the state doesn't have it.
Okay.
And the state doesn't have the study guide. So state doesn't have the study guide. The people who are giving the exam doesn't have the study guide.
Wait, time. What type of test is they ain't got no study guide? So basically, they want you to fail. Basically,
pretty much.
So they can get that money.
Pretty much.
Racketeering.
So I forgot which title, because I was calling around title companies to see. I forgot which one gave it to me, but they ended up giving it to me, shipping it to me. It's like a thick book. Most of it I already knew. So I was just going over the stuff that I didn't know, like the little sections that I didn't know.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad studying. To have some flashcards, things like that. My wife helped me out. Like it was to the point before she even asked the question, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's boom, it's that. Boom, it's that." So it was good. Once I got that, ended up passing that. So once you pass that, then you have to you get your state license number, so they'll give you that. You'll apply for it. Doesn't cost anything for that. Then if you want to start your title company business, then you have to apply for the state as a business license. Again, nothing for that. You'll get approved for that easily. You have to do basically like a business plan in a sense, but it's not. Not like a thorough business plan. It's just like, hey, are you planning to use investors? Are you planning to use like basically who is your clientele? Yeah. They'll approve it for you through the state. It'll be easy. Boom. Get it back in like 2 or 3 days. You're approved. After you do that, this is where the hard part comes. You have to have an underwriter. Most underwriters don't want to underwrite a new title company. Yeah. Because it's too much liability, and especially in this market, it's not as much refinances going on. It's not as many purchases going on. So like and most businesses fail in the first year.
Yeah.
So if you make a mistake on one of those documents, then that could cost them millions of dollars.
Right.
So they don't want to insure you. So I went through almost every single underwriter. So I went through Westcor, I went through Caddick, I went through who else was on there? Westcor, Caddick, a couple other ones like big name ones, Fidelity. I went through all of them. They all told me no, which is cool because once we start doing the crazy numbers, that's when they come back to you, and I'm gonna be like, I'm cool.
Right, there you go. There you go.
But so ended up what was it? General Title Insurance, which is based out of here, and then Conestoga Title. So they are the ones that are insuring me or going to insure me.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how you started. But the thing that was the saving grace, if you really want to get it faster, I would say partner up with a title company that can help you look better on paper.
Yeah.
Right? And then also help you if you're just starting out and you don't know too much about title, right? Even if you didn't do any real estate before, if you don't know too much about title, then I say partner with them. They'll show you like, hey, this is how you do X, Y, and Z. This is how you look up a title search. This is how they'll show you the ropes. So that's Title Co. Even though I came in with experience, they still helped me out with the little things that I would not have known prior to. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's why they helped me out, and they put me on to the underwriters, those other underwriters that will underwrite new title companies. So they helped me out a lot, and of course I'll do the same for anybody else. So that's pretty much the steps of how you start your own title company. You just got to be meticulous about every little thing.
Because like as a real estate agent, I know there's I know my personal audience is not aware that what goes into transferring title to one ownership to another. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to start using all the real estate terms and whatnot. But just know it's not as easy as you think it would be. Because if someone inherits a property from, let's say you were married to someone and you get divorced from that person, but there's no record of it right? So now you have to go back. You got to go find this person. You got to get, you got to get that clear. And like it's not as easy as everyone makes it seem. When you go buy a property, you got to make sure all that stuff is in order. So no, shout out to you guys.
Big time. We've had some craziness like that come up plenty of times. Like she got married, she got divorced. For some reason, she put her husband's name on the house, even though they didn't buy it together. So then, trying to find him, but he's in Canada. Nobody can find him. Nobody can get in contact with him. So he's gone. So it's like she's trying to sell the house and trying to figure out, like, why can't we just sell it? And we can't. He has rights to the house. He's legally tied. So
what's the craziest transfer you had thus far?
Craziest one I've had this.
This go quite a bit.
So it was this one lady. Jesus. So it was this one lady.
Sound good too.
So she was like, "Oh yeah, I want to get this done ASAP." I was like, "All right, cool, I got you." So we got it done. It was a wholesale deal. I went over there. She wanted to get it done. I think like 5 or 6 o'clock. She was supposed to come into the office. She didn't. So I was like, "Hey, what's going on? Everything okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm at the house. So you can come over to the house. It's 6 o'clock." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll come over to the house." And then I get to the house. She's like, "Oh, I'm at the gym. Can you come to the gym? It's like 10 minutes up the road." All right, no problem. I'll go ahead and come up to the gym. So we at Planet Fitness signing docs. And I say, "Hey, this is how much you're getting." Boom, boom, boom. She's like, "Yeah, that's cool." I'm like, "All right, cool. You're good." "Yeah, I'm good." "Okay, cool." Boom. Notarize it, stamp it, take it back. She gets her check in the mail, and she's like, "Oh, I thought I was getting, XYZ." And I said, "No. Remember, you had liens on your house, you had taxes." So she had taxes on her house. Taxes, you're not going to escape those at all. So they're going to take theirs. The government going to take theirs off top. So taxes came out, and I explained to her again, and she's like, "Oh, well, you didn't say any of that, and I'm not even who you say I am, who you think I am." Whoa. I was like, "What?" I was like, "I got your ID." She's like, "Nope, that's my sister's house. And she's coming up here from Atlanta right now. She's about to file suit against y'all." I think it's like my second deal. I was like, "Lady, I literally have, it says your name. This is your ID.
Right.
Like, what's going on?" And so then she was talking to our lawyers, and the lawyers were like, "This is you. This is your house. This is your signature. I don't know what to tell you."
Right.
So, what happened? So then they just kept on calling me, like, "Oh no, you gotta get this back for us," and da 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 da, and like just trying to harass me on it. And that's when like the South Side of Raleigh started coming. I was like, "Yo, do not call me again. This is you've talked to the lawyers. Have your lawyers talk to our lawyers if you feel that strongly about it."
Yeah.
So after this conversation, don't call me no more. So after that, I mean, I haven't heard from him since. Yeah. But it was just crazy because she tried to say that was her sister, and I'm like, "Lady, I see your ID. I have your ID.
Right.
I have to check your ID before you sign." Yeah. So I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
She tried it though. She tried it.
Yeah, she tried it. But I mean, it again, you can't escape taxes.
No.
True.
No. What my dad always say, you can't escape death and taxes. You can't escape
at all.
No, that's what's up.
So that was pretty like the craziest one.
Yeah.
For sure. Then the only other one is like I guess a lot of people don't see it on the title side. Dealing with a lot of people, especially even if it's an agent, right? So if you got 2 agents and a buyer and a seller, you got 4 people on one deal that you got to contact, talk to, deal with different emotions, egos, everything, right? So if you're dealing with 4 different egos, one person may say one thing to the 4th person, but the 2nd person didn't know, and the 3rd person like doesn't even know what's going on at all. So it's like you got to reiterate everything to everybody, and if this person doesn't like it, now they're yelling at you because you're the one that told them. So it's like with title, I'm always. I thought I was getting out of dealing with people's emotion as much. I thought I was getting out of that and just like sticking to the facts. Like, hey, this was happening. This was going on. No, nope. People call me. We're on the phone for 30 minutes talking about nothing. But I got to because I got to calm them down.
Yeah.
So and but again, like I said, God leads you to what you're supposed to do. Because wholesaling, I had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm in title now. I got to do the same thing.
Yeah.
When I was at news station, I had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like I know it now. You know what I mean?
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, and I love how you as you tell the story, you're periodically telling us girlfriend, fiance, wife. And I love you got a support system, bro.
Yeah. Big time.
What keeps you motivated in those times where things get a little too much for you at times? Because you're a serious entrepreneur, bro. You know what I'm saying? What keeps you going?
My wife and my daughter. My wife and my daughter. Well, God, of course, but my wife and my daughter, and then knowing that's what being fired taught me. When my back is against the wall, I'm always going in. You put me.
I'm sorry, thank you. I was letting it slip past.
And I know that for a fact. Like I'm always gonna win. I'm always gonna come on top.
Wow.
So like, if things are getting overwhelming or too much, like I'm just like, all right, bet, let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
That's that coping mentality. Like, let's get to it.
That's good stuff right there, bro.
So
I needed that. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talk the past, talk the present, talk the future, bro. What's next up for you? Looking for OFT and everything else that's connected to you, bro. What's next?
Yeah. So next steps, at least for OFT, next steps, going to different states and things like that.
Can you franchise?
Huh?
Can you franchise that joint?
That's the big step. That's the big step.
Come on, now. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. So it'll be Ohio fast title, Pennsylvania fast title, Florida fast title, whatever it may be. So we'll franchise and keep on going from there. But again, we got to get Ohio locked down first.
Yeah.
And then start doing that. So that's like big picture for Ohio fast title. But as far as the real estate side of everything, for the rentals, for wholesaling, it's just to even branch out to different states. So we got Akron and Cleveland is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do, Columbus. We're gonna start doing, Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, Texas, things like that. On the wholesaling side. On the rental side, it's more so apartment buildings. So that's what we're looking at now. Apartment buildings.
We gotta talk I have to word no, man. I'm hanging my license up now, bro. I'm doing the squad. I was up, bro.
Because how big is the squad? Now that you've kind of started your business and started growing a little bit more? Who else
Yeah.
do you have now?
So right now for the wholesaling side, so I like to keep everything like lean and cut, and like because my mentors already taught me like you can have a great like a big company, but if you have 100 employees and you're making $1 million a year, great, but you're spending 900,000 on salaries and all this other stuff, then
all those expenses.
you're not really making much, right? But so right now we have just we have 5 cold callers, we have a lead manager hiring on another lead manager, an acquisition manager looking for another one. So we ideally want 2 lead managers, 2 acquisition managers.
I'm sorry, bro, because Marquise, I know you watching right now. She don't know what acquisition manager even means, bro.
Yeah, so acquisition manager. So basically, what they're doing. So the cold callers call the seller, right? They say, hey, do you want to sell your house? They get the basic information, give it to the lead manager. I call the lead manager like the bouncer of the club, right? Like you're not gonna get in unless that bouncer checks you, right? So that lead manager is gonna check you and say, hey, why are you looking to sell? Where are you at? What's the range that you want to sell at? If those things meet our criteria, then you're talking to our acquisition manager, who then really dives deep, builds rapport with them, figure out their problem, solve their problem, and then get that contract. But sometimes even solving problems doesn't mean getting the contract. It means pushing them to a realtor, right? Or pushing them to hey, you might really want to keep it because you could do X, Y, and Z.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
Because I want to understand, because what I'm saying, and like I know a lot of wholesalers, but like sometimes it can get real ethical really quick when it comes down. And I don't like the types that will try to get someone who's an older person and son as little as getting someone to, what I'm saying, the property tax might be like $4,000, something like that. You take the equity out the house, you can pay it off real quick, right? Simple solution. But if they don't know the solutions they have at their disposal, they can't access it, right?
Exactly.
And someone would know that and then still acquire the property, and the next thing you know, the person out of a house. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's the type I don't like. But I like how you said that, because you try to find the best solution for that person versus the solution that's the best for you.
Exactly.
And that's dope, bro.
Got to. I couldn't sleep with myself if we as a company were doing that. And I just feel like God would look down on me for that. So I'm like, I'm cool off that.
That's good.
So we always tell sellers, like the acquisition managers always tell sellers, hey, I'm gonna give you options. You choose the best. Whatever's the best, we're gonna run with it.
That's good.
So that's 2 acquisition managers, 1 disposition manager. So they just sell all of our deals, or send it to different JV partners or joint venture partners, other wholesalers, and we split the fee. That's what disposition manager does. So that's pretty much on the wholesale side. That's all that we have.
Okay.
For the rental property side, property manager. I got a couple partners here and there, financial partners that come in and spend all the money, and then I fix everything, get it together.
That's dope right there.
So that's pretty much the team. That's pretty much the team.
That's all you need.
Yeah, trying to keep it lean and keep it good.
Yeah.
I love how you say, I take on this role, I take on this role, I take on this role. You're like, I got someone for this, I got someone for that. You have people who are pivotal to your success. Exactly.
Yeah, which is tough. It's tough to even let that go, because the type of person I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, all right, they're not gonna do it as good as me, but I learned if they do it 80% as good as you, then go ahead and let them do it.
That's good.
But you gotta, again, that's a whole nother thing with business. You gotta have your SOPs in place, standard operating procedures. So like, if you go to McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
You can put a 14-year-old in McDonald's. You probably put a 10-year-old in McDonald's, to be honest with you, because
I wish.
because they got the standard operating procedures. They got, hey, press this button, put burger here.
Yeah.
Once that timer's done, take burger, put it on bun, and like it's so simple, right?
Right.
But the same way that with my business, it's like, hey, log on here, do this, put bed amount of beds here, put amount of baths here. Tell me, and you know what I'm saying? It's like step by step. So with those SOPs, like they help out a lot for me to say, hey, you can do this. Probably my 9-month-old probably could do this. So I know you can do it, which means if you're doing that at 80% of what I could do, go ahead and take over that role.
So I have a question for you, bro. And this is, I feel like this is a first, not a first, but how do you keep your employees productive? Because I'm pretty sure, like any person who has a team, there are going to be people who don't do the job as great as you said, the 80% or whatnot.
Yeah.
What do you do in a situation like that to help motivate them to do better or help to get them to that 80% or more?
Really bonuses, but also like
So that's all my talks.
bonuses.
that was my everybody. You never lie.
Bonuses, but then also like leading from the front.
Yeah.
So like anything that I tell them to do or ask them to do, I'm doing it as well, or I show them how to do it first.
That's good right there, bro.
But I also like let them know like, hey, you're not only hurting. I tell them anybody who comes on our team, I say, hey, we're a team now. My family depends on you. Your family depends on me. So if we're not doing everything we need to do, right? Because like I'll give you an example. Today, one of the lead managers, he didn't ask, or he it was in the notes that the seller wanted $32,000, but he didn't see that, and the seller was like, "Oh yeah, I want $42,000," right? So had he went in and said, "Hey, I'm looking here on my notes. You want $32,000? Is that correct?"
Right. The
seller probably would have said, "Yeah, that's I really just want $32,000."
Yeah.
Cool, great. But that's a $10,000 mistake. And what I told him, I said, "Hey, that I'm not sad for me. I'm sad for you because that could have been in your family's pocket. That's a bonus. I'm sad for you." So that's how I keep them motivated because again, all of this, like their family depends on this job.
Yeah.
My family depends on them doing their job.
Yeah.
Because if not, then I got to step in. Now I'm away from my family, and it might not be as good because I'm over here doing all these other things. So, yeah, that's how I keep them motivated.
No, that's good right there, bro. That's awesome. Because like I said, money talks. Tell somebody how you spend extra money, you do this and whatnot. That's always going to be a great motivator. So that's
for
awesome
sure.
right there.
For sure.
All right, so we're going to get down to our signature question on the show. And you're a special case because you're not from Cleveland, but you've been in Cleveland a good portion of the time, right? Now, let me ask you this. Since you've been in Cleveland, and you're not from Cleveland, you're from Raleigh and whatnot.
Yeah.
Would you say, this is, we as Cleveland, we have to face the facts. The stigma is that Cleveland don't support each other. Would you say, since you've been here in Cleveland, would you say that you see the support here, or you do not see other people support each other in Cleveland?
I have to say half and half. I have to say half and half. And the only reason, and it may be because God's put me in the rooms where people do support. So I'd have to say like half and half.
Yeah.
Because I have seen it where it's not as much support as well, right? Like it's like, oh yeah, like I've seen it. I've been at networking events like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use you. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then a year goes by.
Nothing.
So it's like, all right, okay. Or, I send stuff to them. You should do this, you should do that. Here's some help. And it's like, then I get nothing in return, right? Or no help in return. Or, hey, I need some help with, and ghost.
Yeah.
But I say half and half.
Well, I want to give you flowers because I appreciate you, bro. Because you have definitely bring stuff my way. So I want to tell you, I appreciate you, bro.
No, of course.
Because you definitely be like, hey, I want to connect with this person right here. I want to connect with this person right here, and it has yielded out great opportunity. So I want to thank you for that, by the way.
I'm glad it has.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. So I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
But because you're a unique case, because usually you give people Cleveland, and they always say, the stigma is people from Cleveland don't support each other. But like you know a couple of people that I know, and they're gonna say, Nick, you know what I'm saying, some great heavy hitters in the city. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I like to believe that network of people are not saying pivotal, but once again, that they're bringing in deals because once again they see what you're doing, they want to be able to support that. So
for sure. And honestly, I think that's not only a stigma in Cleveland, but I say like even in our community. You know what I mean? That's a stigma in our community. So that's something that I feel that we, especially as the younger generation of entrepreneurs, that we have to change, right? Because for whatever reason, or I know some of the reasons, but in our community, we just haven't been sticking together. So now it's time to change that in any way that we can. So
that's stuff right there, bro.
That's what I'm
on. All right, so my next question to you is legacy. The reason why I like this question so much because I remember watching the Nipsey Hussle interview, and he said the things he wanted to accomplish, and not only did he accomplish it, he went further than that, right? So I like the episodes or like the interviews because I like to be able to say 10 years from now, we'll be looking back at Noah's episode like that. He's killing it now, you know. So we got,
He did what he said.
OTS across the nation. We got over in Costa Rica, you know what I'm saying? So what do you want your legacy to be for you, the individual, and what do you want to be for your business also? Businesses. I'm sorry, businesses. Let me explain your name.
I think my legacy, like when I do die, I want people to say, number one, I was a good husband, I was a good father, and I was a good, mentor to any and whoever who came, and also, that'd be tough, but help make the most millionaires. So
I think that's first right there. I don't think anybody said that.
Yeah. So, because I look at it like it's cool to make $1 million, but if you can make somebody else $1 million, or if you can make somebody else 6 figures or something like that, like that's cooler in my opinion.
Right.
So that's what I want to say on that one, and then like my life insurance and stuff like that. Like once I do die, like my kids, wife, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be set.
You said they'll be crying, but they'll be up there like, oh my God, we're rich.
They're gonna be up. They're gonna be up. But then as far as businesses, legacy for the business, I just want to do the best that I possibly can. Not only in business but for the community. Yeah. So like a lot of people don't know, like I give back a lot of times to either churches, communities, school systems. So like it was a whole 3rd grade class. I was like, hey, I tell the teachers like, hey, whatever y'all need, put it on this list. I'll buy it for you. Like just let me know what you need. Because I know the school systems, like they aren't giving these books or these different, you know what I'm saying? The public school systems.
Yeah.
So I'll do stuff like that, but I want my business not only to be amazing on the business side and be at the very least worth $1 billion, at the very least. But I also want them to be each company to be $1 billion philanthropist companies in itself, right?
That's good.
Where it's gonna give back to the community, because a lot of people don't care about it. Like they'll make the money off our community, but they won't put it back into it.
That's true.
So I'm not gonna be one of those people that do that, because I know a lot of people in the city of Cleveland that do that. So that's what I wanted to be. Yeah. Both sides.
No, I'm about to say, I see you do your thing, bro, when you give them back. So I want to once again give you flowers for that, because you do quite a bit. You're not even from Cleveland. That's crazy. You're not even from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, bro. And God bless you, because you know what I'm saying. I honestly believe as you bless others, God gonna bless you and show.
For sure. No, for sure.
So that's
for
good,
sure.
Bro.
But yeah, but I just like I said, I don't like to brag about it too much, because it's coming from the heart. You know what I mean?
That's good.
It's from the heart. Yeah. So.
And my last question, because. So, we gotta do part 2 from OFT. We gotta do it from the offices and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
Next closing I got, we gonna do it for right there. We're gonna show everybody the intricacies of it all.
Let's do it.
My question to you is that some young man or some young woman is watching right now, like, I wanna do what Noah's doing. Yeah. What are 3 tips you want them to get from your interview tonight and be able to take away from the interview?
Mindset. That's number 1 for sure. Mindset. Don't allow things to discourage you. Yeah. Don't allow things to stop you, because it's gonna come up along the way. And those things aren't there. Really, they aren't there to deter you. They're just there to see how bad you want it. So
I needed that right there. I needed that. Y'all don't understand. I need that right there. That's what I'm talking about, Noah, man.
So I say that, like, your mindset. Again, because coming from South Side of Raleigh, where honestly, I was supposed to be dead or in jail, to be completely honest with you. A lot of my friends are either dead or in jail, or still back in Raleigh doing nothing. You know what I mean? And not really planning to do anything. So that was my trajectory of where I was supposed to be. Never thought I'd be in real estate. I thought I'd be a ball player, maybe an entertainer or something like that, or XYZ. Never supposed to be a news reporter. Never thought that was possible. Doctor or lawyer, that's about the 5 professions that we got in the black community. At least that's what my mom told me. Right. So just have that mindset. Like, no matter what anybody tells you, even if it's your parents, right? Even they mean well, but they just don't know. They might just not know, and that's okay. But show them, right? Like my mom don't say nothing now. My grandma don't say nothing now. Yeah, your mindset, and then number 2, I say your friend circle. Your friend circle, you gotta have a good support system wherever it's at, right? If your friends are talking about, oh, I want to go to the bar, I want to go do this, I want to do da 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 all the time, reevaluate that, right?
That's good.
Because you want to be, honestly, you want to be the dumbest person in the room, and the reason I say that is because if you're the dumbest person in the room, everybody else is going to elevate you up, right? Because they're going to be talking about things that you don't know or you don't understand, and then you're going to eventually catch on, ask them about it, see what's going on, and then you're going to start doing it yourself. That's what I did with Toro. I didn't know anything about Toro or rental cars or nothing, and now I went from a Nissan Sentra to a 2022 Tesla. So just off of that, right? Because I was in a room of people that knew more about that space than I ever did. And then number 3, I say never stop learning. Don't think that I know it all, I'm the best. Like, even if you're number 1, you still got more stuff to learn. Kobe, LeBron, all of them, they always said, I'm still learning. I'm still a student of the game.
That's good.
Right? So and that's why that's why they're great. Like, I'm pretty sure LeBron still watches film. Does LeBron need to watch film? Probably not.
Yeah.
But he does. MJ probably still watches film. He's not even in the NBA anymore. But he probably still watch film or watch, he should have did this or he should have done that.
Yeah.
He should have cut this way. And that's just being a student of the game. So always be a student of the game. Be a student of life. And, if you become a student of life, you'll eventually change your mindset as well. And if you change your mindset, you'll change your circle of friends. And if you change your circle of friends, then you're going to change how you become a student of the game. So it all intertwine. That's what I wish I would have known before. But it was like, again, I stumbled across the path, and those are those 3 things that I learned. And
those are great.
I needed.
Those are great things, my friend.
I definitely agree.
So I changed my moniker from not your average agent to not your average wholesaler. Don't be mad. I'm switching up. I'm gonna be my man Noah, man.
Same guy.
Let's do it.
So, where can people reach you? Where can they get they title transfer, all that good stuff? Let the people know where they can reach you at, bro.
Yeah. So anything. So if you have a deal that you want to send us, just orders at ohiofasttitle.com. It's that simple. Orders at ohiofasttitle.com. If you can't find it or anything like that, you can go to our website. It's just ohiofasttitle.com. On there, you can get your pre-CDs, closing disclosures. Everything is like pretty instant, right?
Yeah.
And you can submit your orders on there online as well for the title company. We try to do everything very, very tech friendly.
That's
tech friendly.
Y'all have to get down to the office every time you need to do something.
That's dope. We do everything tech friendly. Numbers on there too. It goes to my cell phone as well. So like if you want to text me, like I would literally get calls at 7 or 8 o'clock at night with people trying to, hey, no, what's going on? And I'm there. Yeah. So that's the luxury of it with the title company. And even later down the road, as we continue to scale, you're still going to have that number. So I say you might want to get in now before it gets,
Tell them.
and then, it'll be a little tough. But yeah, so that's how you can get in contact with me. Also on Instagram, NoahDW_REI. That's my Instagram name. So just follow me on there as well. Shoot me a DM. Like anything, I always tell everybody, anything you need help with, like shoot me a DM. My cell phone number is on the title company website as well. Just talk to me. I'm accessible. I'm here. You want to sit down, have some lunch, coffee, or whatever it may be. Like I'm here to help. So in any way, that's pretty much how to get in contact with me. And I'll even say this: my phone number for you if you need it, 216-534-2484. Again, it's 216-534-2484. Shoot me a text, give me a call. Don't call me like at midnight though.
Well, you have your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, I'm having on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
So, And then the wife gonna get mad at me like, who's calling you?
Right. I remember when I first met Noah. We were at this event, and he get the whole crowd. I'm like, I'm gonna steal that right there. I'm gonna tell everyone my number on top of one. No, that's what's up though. And by the way, guys, I have all that in the show notes, so you guys go search and you guys have it right there, so you can get in contact with this great man right here.
Appreciate it.
No, listen, bro. We appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
No, this is a great episode, and like I love having people who are who are pioneers. You're a pioneer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. I didn't even think about it. Like
You
that.
are. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I seen that, I'm like, oh, that's dope right there, and it inspired me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like not just being an agent, which I appreciate, but I want to do something different that no one else has ever done. You're doing that, bro. So like you inspire me. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate,
So I appreciate you, bro.
Likewise.
So I appreciate you coming on, and this is a great episode, man.
Yeah.
What we gotta say? We gotta pay some bills, right? Not pay some bills. We got some stuff we gotta talk about. Guys, July 15th, 16th. How did I forget that's already? July 15th and 16th, guys. We are now teaching you guys how to start your own podcast. If you are in any field, I don't care if you flip quarters for a living or if you flip burgers, whatever it is. I believe just like you have a website, just like you have social media, podcasting is really the next step to it all. How do you show people you're the authority in your field, or expert in your field? Podcasting. How do you create content for your infinite social media pages? Podcasting. We're going to show you how to go from concept to creating systems to monetization. Okay, guys? And listen, once again, I feel like we're the pioneer because no one else has an actual class to show you these things. We're the first. All right? 2 days, 20 different steps. Listen, get your ticket because we have very limited city. So the ticket's going fast. Right now, I think we have a sale right now, $25 per ticket. Get them before you up the price. You know what I'm saying? That's first. Last in the next, guys, September 23rd, right, Steve? September 23rd. Kane Park, guys. Nakia, 2U Wines. They are having the best beer and wine festival for the city. It's going to be black-owned beer and wines. We're going to celebrate. It's going to be good music. It's going to be a great time. Support us. Please come out support this event. I think that's all we got. No, that's not all we got because I want to thank you guys. Once again, great people like, no, come on. You guys come out and watch every week. Y'all share, y'all like, y'all subscribe, and it does me a great job of feeling good inside. Let me know that we're doing something right. And it keeps me motivated, it keeps us motivated to keep coming every week. And keep this thing going. Like Noah said, we tapped in December. It is now almost June. And it just keeps getting better and better. So it's having great people like this on the show and great people like you who watch. So we can't thank y'all enough. Until next time, y'all. We'll see y'all next time, all right? Peace.
Peace.